when the overt narcissist meets their match. The stereotypical overt narcissist is an arrogant, loud, and obnoxious individual who dominates every space they enter. They thrive on attention, constantly boasting about their achievements, wealth, or superiority. They have an inflated sense of self-importance and expect admiration from everyone around them, whether they've earned it or not. The overt narcissist is loud and overbearing. They talk over people, interrupt conversations, and always bring the focus back to themselves. Their voice is often booming, commanding attention in a room. They constantly brag about their successes, real or exaggerated. Whether it's their job, money, possessions or conquests, they need everyone to know they are better than them. The overt narcissist has no filter and doesn't care about social norms. They will insult others, belittle waitstaff, and make inappropriate jokes, all while expecting people to laugh and admire them for their honesty. They expect special treatment wherever they go. If they don't get immediate service, they throw tantrums, or act as if they've been personally disrespected. They dominate conversations. They talk endlessly about themselves, their opinions and their experiences. They rarely ask about others, and if they do, it's only to redirect the topic back to themselves. The overt narcissist is exploitative and self-serving. They use people for their own gain, whether it's money, status or validation. They expect loyalty but don't reciprocate it, discarding people once they've served their purpose. They dismiss others' feelings and struggles. If someone is upset, they might say, "That's not my problem," or "Stop being so sensitive," while they cannot handle criticism themselves. If someone challenges them, they will lash out with insults, smear campaigns, or even threats to put them in their place. The overt narcissist needs to be the center of attention at all times. They might dress extravagantly, tell exaggerated stories, or stir up drama just to make sure all eyes are on them. They are often the classic alpha stereotype. Loud, brash, and completely convinced of their own greatness. An overt narcissist at the extreme. Someone who sees themselves as a god and has everyone reinforcing that belief, rarely backs down. They thrive on attention and dominance. A perfect example of this is Gaston in Beauty and the Beast. Gaston represents the pure overt narcissist. Someone whose sense of superiority is so inflated that even when faced with a direct challenge from the beast, he doubles down instead of backing off. He reacts with extreme aggression because he sees his dominance slip away. His violent response is a desperate attempt to prove he is still the alpha. If an overt narcissist believes they can win, they go full Gaston, psychopathic aggression. But if they realize they cannot win, they go covert, playing the victim, manipulating sympathy, or waiting for revenge. Imagine an extreme overt narcissist. Someone who thrives on their own charm, dominance and power. They are the ultimate seducer. The grandiose manipulator who walks into a room and instantly commands attention. Their beauty, intelligence or status has always ensured they are the most influential person in any situation. But then, for the first time, they encounter someone more seductive, more manipulative, more dominant. Someone who sees through their game and plays it even better. At first, the overt narcissist may react with their usual tactics. They may use grandiosity, seduction, charm, and manipulation. But it doesn't work. This new opponent is too powerful, too skilled. The overt narcissist begins to feel something they never feel. Outmatched. Their usual tricks aren't working. Realizing they cannot win in a direct battle, they shift into covert mode. They start crafting into a sob story, making it seem like they are the ones being wronged. Instead of direct attacks, they begin whispering behind the scenes, planting doubts and subtle insults to turn others against their rival. They suddenly act modest, pretend that they never sought attention in the first place. They use past connections, making others feel bad for questioning or abandoning them, until finally, they may act like they are stepping away gracefully, making their exit seem noble and tragic rather than a loss. But in reality, they are planning a comeback, waiting for the right moment to regain control, because they encountered an even bigger predator. An overt narcissist only meets their match when they encounter someone more dominant, powerful, or ruthless than they are. This could be another narcissist, a psychopath, or a person with even greater control over resources, social status, or influence. When a standard overt narcissist realizes they cannot win head-on, they will back down or switch to covert tactics, to where they may play the victim or manipulate from behind the scenes. Gaston was not a standard overt narcissist. He had no interest in playing the victim or manipulating from behind the scenes. He was a malignant narcissist, and this showed in his willingness to destroy both himself and his enemy. It is a classic sign of this extreme form of narcissism, where grandiosity, aggression, and paranoia spiral into self-destruction. Gaston wasn't just a narcissist. He was a malignant, psychopathic warrior. That's why he fought to the death, instead of retreating, adapting, or playing the long game. For him, it was victory or annihilation, no in between. In most cases, overt narcissists are cowards at their core. Their grandiosity is a performance, carefully maintained as long as they feel in control. But when they meet someone stronger, smarter, or more ruthless, they often retreat, switch to covert tactics, or completely abandon their so-called principles. Overt narcissists admire strength, but only when they have it. If they encounter someone stronger, they won't fight to the death for their beliefs. They'll either submit, plot revenge from the shadows, or rebrand themselves. So what makes someone like Gaston different? Unlike a typical overt narcissist, Gaston was willing to die rather than admit defeat. That's what separates a cowardly narcissist from a malignant one. The standard overt narcissist will run, scheme, or change tactics. But Gaston wasn't delusional in the way most narcissists are. He was everything he claimed to be. Strong, skilled, admired, and confident. He didn't need to fabricate achievements or manipulate reality, because he was the best hunter, the most desirable man in town, and a powerful figure. Unlike many narcissists who rely on exaggeration or deception to maintain their image, Gaston was completely self-assured and acted on exactly what he believed. He said he would marry Belle, and he pursued her relentlessly. He said he would kill the beast, and he did everything in his power to make it happen. He never played the victim, never backed down, and never switched tactics to save face. He wasn't just an insecure man compensating with arrogance. He was actually the strongest, most dominant figure in his world. With that being said, it's understandable to respect someone like Gaston, because he never wavered. He lived and died by his own code. He wasn't a fraud. He faced his enemy head on, and he believed in his own superiority until the very end. He was still cruel, selfish, and driven by ego, but in a world where many people betray their own words the moment things get difficult, there is something undeniably strong about someone who never folds. So it's not wrong to respect that. If anything, it just means you recognize the difference between weak narcissists who pretend to be powerful and actual power, even when it's misguided. But in contrast to Gaston, a typical overt narcissist is a fraud, relying on lies, manipulation, and empty bravado to maintain an illusion of power. And this is why an overt narcissist's true match isn't just someone more manipulative or cunning. It's someone who is authentic, truly dominant, and doesn't play games. Gaston, who actually is what narcissists pretend to be, exposes their fraudulence just by existing. A man like Gaston is an overt narcissist's worst nightmare. Overt narcissists rely on illusion, but Gaston is the real deal. His presence alone makes him look weak in comparison. People follow Gaston not because he manipulates them, but because they genuinely admire his strength and dominance. A narcissist, on the other hand, needs constant validation to maintain their illusion of power. Narcissists thrive on deception and psychological tricks, but a Gaston-like figure doesn't play that game. He calls them out, overpowers them, and dismisses them as insignificant. The moment an overt narcissist realizes they can't compete, they either retreat, switch to covert tactics, or self-destruct. Gaston, on the other hand, would stand firm and fight. This contrast makes the narcissist look like the fraud they are. So how would an overt narcissist react to a Gaston type? If they can't manipulate him, they'll try to destroy him socially. If they can't take him down, they'll turn into a covert narcissist playing the victim. If all else fails, they'll retreat completely and look for a weaker target. Final thoughts. Yes, an overt narcissist's ultimate match is a man like Gaston. Because Gaston is exactly what they wish they were, but never will be. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Hit the subscribe button to receive the notifications. If you would like to support the channel, you can donate at paypal.me/Narc Survivor. You can book a one-on-one with me on my website. It's narcsurvivor.co.uk. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.